Hey there, Eugene here. I did a Spanish version of this video, so I'm going to try to skip some stuff. But practically what I'm trying to do here is show you how you can open a massive CSV file. Something that Excel and Google Sheets obviously not going to be able to handle, but where you might have some problems also with Python. Now with Python, you can work some workarounds with it. You can do certain loops and open the file in chunks and stuff like that. Go back to the memory, but it's somewhat complicated to do, especially if you don't understand programming. I'm assuming that a lot of people are searching how to do this. They may know how to use Excel spreadsheets, but they might be dealing with a file that's too large for them to even open on a spreadsheet, Excel, Google Sheets, and what have you. So they're in a conundrum. They cannot open the file, so they cannot filter out the file and get the information they need. So that's kind of the audience I have in mind when making this video. So with Python, if you don't understand pandas and so on, you may know some basics of it. So I'll show you some example here. Even with Python, it's kind of complicated. So say, for example, we want to open a somewhat small file like Bimbo town state. So these are the states of Mexico, or the towns where Bimbo, which is like a bakery in Mexico, and you see them a lot in the US too. As you see there, it uploaded the file immediately. It's so damn small. But what if we want to open a big file? This trained one that has 3 gigabytes of information. Open that monster and it's game over. You cannot open a Google Colab. And yeah, much like Excel. Excel, I believe, has about 1,400,000 plus available roles for you to play with. And this file has 24 million, almost 25 million rows. So this is an example I was doing for my Spanish video. You run it again. Probably going to give me the little error message there in a second. And it's having the error message on the test file, which is almost 7 million. So you can still open it. It seems like it lost some data though. Client and products did work. If I try to run the CSV file, it's going to give me that error in a second, and it's going to tell me if I try to run it, it's not even going to have a complete data set. There's nothing there. Like again, you can work something with Python, but you have to understand programming how to do it. If you're just jumping into it, it's going to be really complicated. So a better solution, if you want to play around with Excel, is using R. So I'm not going to go over how to download R or RStudio. You got to do both in separate. First, you download R, and then RStudio. There are videos on how to do it on YouTube, or I don't know, just go on the web to learn how to do it. It's quite simple. What I'm going to show you what to do is which libraries you want to have, which functions, and how to use it. So let me get some notes here I had from the previous video. So pretty much you want to install 3 packages. And the way you install a package when you first get this is with install.packages, and this is an example of the library you want to download. Now, I already have these. I'm not going to click enter, but you're going to have to do this 3 times with the libraries I'm about to show you. The first library is going to be this one here. So what you do is type in library, parentheses, after you downloaded this, right? So first download this before you try to open the library. So do this one first. Then the next library is this one here. And then the next library is going to be this one here. And let's get rid of these. These are the ones, all the stuff I was using on the previous video that I just did not too long ago. All right. So once you download the libraries here, you want to download the CSV file. All right, so let's call that train. Whoops. Train. This is going to be the equivalent of the equal sign if you are familiar with Python or JavaScript. It's going to be read underscore CSV, and we're going to get a file in my desktop called train. You can see there's 3 gigabytes. So train.csv. And as you saw, I could not open this on Python by regular means. Much less Excel spreadsheets is not going to handle it. Again, it's 1,000,000.4 plus. And this is going to be able to open it on, I don't know, about a minute. This is what it took me in the last video to do. So there you go. You can see it's about a second per percentage. And I'm on a laptop. It doesn't have that much information. That much memory. Has about 8 for RAM. So yeah, you can see it's going through it. So what this is doing right now is uploading the CSV file, and I'm going to show you some tricks here, how to filter it and so on. Let me pause this video for now, and that's going to save us about 30 seconds. I'm just waiting for this to upload. All right, we got about few percentage left. So yes, this takes about a minute to upload the giant file. And it's going to show up right here. So there you go. I won't click on this one right here because it is quite big and it is going to take a couple of minutes for it to populate on the screen right there. But we can start playing around with it. So assuming you want the CSV file to be divided in certain sections, I already got a little code here that I'd used previously. So say for example you want to get the first 1 million rows right there. You're going to get a train file showing up here in a second. And now you got the data file, which is 1 million rows. And the little train CSV right there, it's grabbing information from here. Why? If you want to be able to get the next million, you use this little code right here. Train 2 is going to show up here in a second. And now we got the first million right there. And we got this next million right there. You can see they're different right there. And what this is doing pretty much is it's grabbing the table, which is the train CSV from my documents folder. And this stuff right here needs to match the data on the columns. So this is what this is. So some will be integers, some will be characters. If you were to download a CSV from R into your documents folder, you have to make all of these character for it to work. At least in my case, on the previous video I made, that was a kind of little bug I had to work around with. So this kind of breaks down the CSV file into chunks that you can open on an Excel file or Google Sheets. One of the issues with this, though, is that this is 75 million rows, almost. So in order for this to work, you will have to do that pretty much 75 times. If you're using Python, you might be able to cut the numbers and do it 2, 3, 4 million at a time, and then you would be able to open them in Colab or Jupyter Notebook on normal means. I believe I didn't try it that way, but it pretty much is I have open files that large, so pretty much you would do it, I don't know, 15, 10 times or whatever it is once you divide that and X number of rows. But what if you have this data right here? And this data, I don't think I explained what it is. It pretty much is It's info from a bakery called Bimbo, and this data from Mexico and Mexican sales, and it's all the data from about 9 weeks of all the stores, or pretty much almost a million of them, in Mexico. And say, for example, you want to take a specific product from there. So let me just look at my notes here. I'm just going over the stuff I did in the previous one. So this video should be a lot quicker. So we'll do this. Copy and paste this. So we created here a new table name, train filter. We're going to use the function subset, and we're going to create a filter from train, which is our data here in R already. It's not none of the CSV file. And the product ID or producto ID, this is the name of the column, has to be equal to this, which is a character in the product ID. So it's pretty much product ID equals this product ID. The pipe sign is OR. So product ID equals this, or this, or this, or this. And this should be about 7 or 8 of these. And I'm going to click enter here, and train filter is going to show up right here. So we're going to have a filter data set right there. So click enter right there. Wait a few seconds. And now we have a train filter, and we have the product ID filter right there. And you can see it's about 39,000, so pretty much 40,000 entries. And what this is yes, the different IDs for a product called Nito, which is a sweet bread. For pretty much a package has one piece, you had multiple cases where the same product had different IDs. I won't go over details about the data set, but this is how you do it. One of the problems with this, though, is that what if you have practically hundreds or thousands of variables you need to extract from this? So that's going to be a problem, right? So what I did in this case, you can merge two data sets. So this was the original data set of the clients that Bimbo was selling to the stores. So this was close to about 1 million, more or less, which I was able to open this on a Google Sheet. And obviously you can do it with Python. And I just run a filter and got all the stores that have OXXO in them. And this is just part of the zip file. So this had this name of a client, and I just used a separate CSV file to be able to get this filter right here. So in this case, what we have to do is pretty much do this same code. Yeah, let's do it all caps, whatever. And upload a new CSV, which has the info we want. And that is Bimbo cliente tablas OXXO. .csv. Oops. Bimbo cliente tablas OXXO. Yep. So this should be an upload. We're gonna get a new file, CSV right there. Now we do it, and that populated almost immediately. So you click there, pretty much cliente ID, client ID, it's in Spanish, and the name of the client, which are the OXXO stores. So about 9,313 of them. So what I'm going to do now is merge them. So we want to create a new table. not OXXO. We OXXO stores. And OXXO is kind of like mini Mart chain, kind of like 7-Eleven. Alright, so we're going to merge those two, and it's going to be by, and it's going to be this one right here, which the train one has the same exact column. And again, I could click on that. It's just going to take a while for it to populate based on the size. But yeah, let's just go ahead and do that. That should do it. And OXXO merge should show up in a few seconds. Okay, yeah, this is a memory problem. What you do is this: do memory limit. Yeah, I run with this problem also in the other one. So pretty much what this is yeah, we have too much information here. So the memory limit is this. So what we can do, face this problem, size equals 1500, 0. So let's just increase the memory there. That's a new memory. So now we just copy this, paste it over, and OXXO merge should show up in a second there. Come on, come on, come on. There you go. Oops. Sorry, OXXO merge. So this is pretty much the merge file of all the OXXO stores inside the train file. You can see we have a new column there. And yeah, so pretty much I think really client ID was not the original first one yet. So we got that right there. So let's see. Is there two client IDs? I don't think I paid attention to the first one. Nope. Yeah, so pretty much client ID is moved all the way to the left. We've got a new column there with the name of the OXXO store. Usually OXXO, and I'm not sure what that La Mora would be. Probably the name of the street it's in. My guess is. But if we click on the OXXO merge, if you notice here, it's 2 million, over 2 million, right? So if you were to open this in Google Sheets or Excel, this is still too large for you to do. So one thing we can do once the data set's a lot smaller is we can probably use, well, I know for a fact I already did it, but we can take this and let's call it OXXO for the sake of it. Well, this is not going to work because this code is going to grab what we have in documents. So let's first of all extract OXXO merge. So we're going to do write.csv. We're doing OXXO merge, all caps. So we're grabbing the file OXXO merge in R, and we're gonna go ahead and get the name of the CSV we want to export it. CSV, and when you export them, they're going to show the way they're bottom. It will organize itself afterwards. So yeah, write.csv, that should be it. And now this popped up. It's still loading, so if you don't have this little bracket right there, it means it's still loading. The data file right there should update in a second. So yeah, let's just what's the American expression? Rubber thumbs. What happens? So yeah, give it a few seconds here. All right, done. Took a little longer than I wanted, but now I'm going to show you how you use this on the merge. Let's show you how to use it on the file. We is exporting. So let's call it that. Let's see. OXXO merge. CSV. I already had that there. So this is going to give me an error. So remember, these are pretty much specifying the content of the column. So it seems to be what happens when you do it. When you extract this, they all become characters. So you do that, pretty much, yeah. Expect an integer got a 1. So what you're going to have to do is this to make it work is you're going to have to turn, well, first of all, we got one extra column now, which is this last one. And you're going to convert the rest of them to characters. So yes, copy and paste that. Here we're seeing integer. All right, that should be able to work. And our, OXXO merge number 1 showed up there. And if you want to do number 2, you do the exact same thing. You're going to do skip. Right. Not a comma yet. To skip the first million, and since it's slightly larger data set, the merge run, right? So if you look at that, it's 2,100,000 plus. So yeah, just turn 1 0 to a 2 right there. That's going to give you the rest. Oh darn! I should have put a little 2 right there. Yeah, but you can see right there, it grabbed a little extra. So let's just do it again, just to show you here. Might be a little complicated. We've never done this before. So that should give us number 1 to be 1 million again, and let's just grab the number 2. Name this 2 this time. Alright, you can see there, just grab every day's field. First, so number 2, the column header is going to get screwed over. So once you get it, the information, put it on a spreadsheet, yes, keep that in mind. Fix the column names. But yeah, so now you got 2 files you would be able to open on a spreadsheet with a specific filter you wanted. So that should cover all the basics. Pretty much increase the memory size and how to extract the data. It's a free software. So yeah, hope this is useful for someone.